I am here today to share my life journey with you. My life journey started in a small town in the Indian subcontinent before my coming to America with just $9.57 in my pocket. A paltry sum of $9.57 very possibly will not allow you to go to a movie house and see Oppenheimer or Barbie or Ghostbuster. But I can unabashedly say that my return on investment of that small sum of money in America is immeasurable by any account. Hopefully, you will appreciate it when I share my life journey with you. Growing up in a minority Hindu family in a predominantly Muslim country of Pakistan was not exactly what we would call a walk in the park on a bright sunny afternoon. My family had to endure unfathomable extent of intolerance, persecution, and discrimination. When a all-out war broke out between India and Pakistan, our family home was destroyed and was burnt to ashes. My family was forced to leave behind everything in Pakistan and move to India. The escape from Pakistan to India was a horrific experience. I had to guide my older parents and younger siblings through the rugged jungles of Pakistan, often dodging machine gun fires from the Pakistani army, often without food and water for days at a time. However, we all survived, and miraculously, my family was able to move to India and rebuild their home, and rebuild their lives. But I kept my sights high. While still in my early 20s, I left India to come to America in search of my spiritual identity and a place where I will be welcomed, accepted, and finally could call home. I landed in Columbus, Ohio on March 18, 1974, on a cold winter day, to pursue my doctorate in mechanical and aerospace engineering at the Ohio State University. I survived on free meals and a shared room at the International Student Center. Soon, I was able to secure a $280 per month assistantship at the mechanical engineering department. So with my newfound wealth from the assistantship, I moved to a $50 per month room in a rooming house. The room had a small twin bed and a dilapidated chair and table that I bought from a yard sale for $10. That was my first cultural enlightenment about the great American tradition of the yard sale. Soon, to get around, I bought my first car in America, a 1963 Buick Special with more than 250,000 miles on the odometer that a fellow student was about to junk. So I fixed the car with a good amount of my labor and TLC, drove it for 3 years until I graduated, and sold it for $300 for a profit of hefty $250. My life in America started and flourished from this humble beginning. So I can say that my life journey is about the transformation from a life of despair during my childhood in India and coming to America with $9.57, and ultimately serving the National Academy of Science, the highest scientific body in the United States that advises the President and Congress on matters of great national significance. My winding life journey in between included many awe-inspiring accomplishments, including becoming an internationally recognized rocket scientist, becoming an astronaut, becoming a supersonic fighter pilot, swimming the English Channel between England and France, climbing to the base camp of Mount Everest, racing an Indy 500 car at professional speedway, and climbing or trekking to the North Pole. In order to accomplish all these remarkable goals and dreams, I needed two things. First, obviously, I had to have a strong personal drive. And finding sources of inspiration either from historical events or from inspiring legendary trailblazers. I was inspired by Chuck Yeager, the legendary pilot who was the first human to break the sound barrier, and Yuri Gagarin, who was the first human to go to space and orbit the Earth. They inspired me to obtain my Federal Aviation Agency license, pilot license, and eventually, when I was in Russia doing my astronaut training, I flew the legendary Foxbat MiG-25, one of the fastest airplane in history, at 3 times the speed of sound. In one flight, I climbed up to 85,000 feet, and I could see the curvature of the Earth from my cockpit. I'm often teased that what I did in real life, Tom Cruise did that in Maverick movies with computer dramatization, doing the barrel roll in a supersonic fighter plane. Doing the astronaut training at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Russia and becoming a space scientist were inspired by the historic lunar landing of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin in 1969, and one small step for man, a giant leap for mankind, the glorious announcement from the surface of the moon by Neil Armstrong inspired me. Even to this day, those words resonate in my heart. Inspired by other legendary swimmers, I swam the English Channel between England and France, considered as the crown jewel of swimming. Subsequently, I climbed to the base camp of Mount Everest and raced an Indy 500 car at the professional Fontana Speedway at close to 200 miles an hour, and trekked to the North Pole, where I planted the Star and Stripe on the front lawn of St. Nicholas. I was told that the big fella was not there. He was busy distributing toys to all the good boys and good girls all over the world. I also, as a chief engineer of major aerospace companies, played a key role in the development and deployment of a number of major defense systems that protected the security needs of the United States and the entire free world. And a number of major commercial space programs for NASA, for missions to the moon, Mars, and faraway celestial destinations. I became a successful professor of astronautical engineering at the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA. I authored and presented over 70 scientific technical papers, many at national and international conferences all over the world. America opened the doors for me. The sky is the limit might come across as a cliche to some of you. But my life journey I shared with you today is the embodiment of the limitless possibilities and opportunities in America. Let me now share some of the life lessons I learned and employed to achieve my goals. Number one, set goals. Aim high. The sky is the limit, and work hard to achieve your goals. As Thomas Edison would say, genius is only 1% in inspiration and 99% perspiration. Be respectful and humble. Respect is mutual. Respect others to be respected back. Number three, see the world with a positive outlook. Believe in mind over matter. Believe that failure is never an option. When I was swimming the English Channel, after just 1 hour of swimming, I was about to give up because hypothermia was getting an upper hold on me. I reminded myself, it's now or never. Failure was not an option. So, after 16 hours and 20 minutes of continuous swimming in the cold, frigid water of the North Sea, I was at the French coast. Always rub elbows with people with positive energy. Avoid perpetual naysayers. Learn to multitask. Not having enough time should be an excuse for not doing something. In conclusion, I leave you today with some food for thought. How could I come to America with just $9.57 in my pocket, after a life of despair in India, achieve so many of my remarkable and awe-inspiring goals and dreams? It is the core essence of my talk today. Anybody can achieve anything if they set their goals and work hard with unwavering determination. The sky is the limit is not a cliche. It is a reality that my life journey I shared with you today traversed in America, the land of opportunity. America the beautiful. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you.